So there's an old barn foundation here. The barn is long gone. There's a stone wall along here that we're trying to expose or get close to. But it's kind of hard to. Dave's going in where there used to be kind of a trail there. We're not really sure what's inside the barn. I think it's a concrete floor. But we've never really explored that far. But it would be nice to have a clean line here. Dave got partway there. Another cool find in the Hollaby Homestead field that we are uncovering. We are not sure what it is. It's got this giant pin.
I just say the black flies are brutal.
Oh, Bailey, come here!
Come on. Too far.
Too far, that is not your land. Okay, I have a theory. This looks like the hubcap on the end of that wheel. I think they pulled the axle out and this is the cart. Because this is like a trailer hitch. See? How does it feel?
What?
When you fell out of heaven and landed on that chain on your seat.
It saves putting it anywhere else. It keeps falling off anywhere else. I'd rather sit on it.
You missed my joke. They can clean that all up. Good morning and welcome to the Hollaby Homestead. It's just gonna be a quick video. So that's why I'm not setting up any fancy shots or anything like that. I'm just gonna let chickens out. So we do have the netting up. It's not electrified though. It's just kind of a barrier to keep the chickens contained when they do come out. Because right now we're just kind of letting them out on supervised activities because there is a fox around. So they only come out to this pen if we're out here and the dogs are out here. Otherwise, they are still in their regular run, if that makes sense. And the black flies are atrocious. They are getting really bad. On the weekend they were tolerable, but now they're at the point where they're getting pretty bad. Okay, chickens out. So Bailey is still rocking the cone. I think he has another 3 more days and then he can take it off because he just got neutered. And he came over here to look at the flowers just like I did. So this is really neat. This is a bicolored tulip, which I have never seen before. So it's yellow on that side. It's red on that side. And it's like literally half and half. That is wild. Why does that happen? I've never actually seen that. That is really neat. And we got a tulip. A little bit of pink that's about to come out. And then a very weird tulip, if it is even a tulip. I'm not even sure if that is a tulip. What's your opinion? It looked like a tulip when it was coming up. Then we got like a pink and yellow one there. There's a couple more tulips in this bed that haven't come out yet. This is the bed along the side of the house that we made last year, just to kind of pretty it up. On the weekend, we did some more work on the fire pit. And so we added rocks. So we actually got a really big fire pit now. And Dave dug it out a little bit. I still got to burn all this, so excuse this mess. It's just there so I can put it in the fireplace right away. We brought the swing bench over here, which is really nice. And it's kind of a nice spot. And when we were digging the fire pit out, we found this. So it says Beatty Brothers Limited. I think that says makers. And then it says Fergus, London, Winnipeg. And I left it out here so the rain can kind of clean up a bit more. But I thought it was a stovepipe cap. But I actually think it's somebody suggested that it's an old, like a metal label, if that makes sense, from an old washing machine. Like when I say like old, I mean like late 1800s, early 1900s, like when they were like barrels. So anyways, pretty cool find. There's 3 holes. Once I cleaned up a bit and probably paint it, I'm going to put it up in the house somewhere. So now we are going to head down to the greenhouse. So I did something a little bit different with it on the weekend. We added this shade cloth. So we already had a shade cloth on it, but it wasn't big enough. And So we added this, and now it probably looks too big, but it's actually just perfect. So hold on a second. I have to call Bailey back. Bailey, come here, Bailey. Bailey. Good boy. So, we probably have to take it down like in the early spring, but this time of year when the sun's out, this building gets way too hot. And it just starts roasting all the plants, and it's a battle to keep everything alive. This time of year, it's really important to kind of keep a equal level temperature. So even though it's a shade cloth, it's 40%, so it's still letting through the sunlight to the plants. It's just not as harsh, if that makes sense. Like usually when you go in here in the afternoon on a day like this, it's so hot you can barely deal with it. We added mulch here because I'm gonna add my sunflowers along here to grow, and I put this here because it's always a weed fest. But let's go into the greenhouse. Still using my pitchfork to hold the door. So, lots of things have kind of grown up since the last time you guys probably saw it. And it looks good in here. The temperature is really nice in here right now, so my windows were open and the door was closed. And right now it is about 16 or 17. Does that make sense? So that's pretty decent. That's kind of what the temperature is outside right now. And I feel like if it was a really cold morning, I would have shut those windows and it would have really kept the heat in. So my peas have all come up. These are my nasturtium. I was going to have trouble growing those this year. I got lettuce here, lettuce there, tomatoes and cilantro, so they're not really doing much. Tomatoes take forever to get started. I got zinnias, more zinnias, beans, more beans. I got the Kentucky Wonder Bean here. I guess I planted pumpkin seeds and nothing happened. That's disappointing. But I got pumpkins here that I planted at the same time. These are the mammoth sunflowers. Peppers, which haven't come up yet, but peppers, again, take forever to start. I don't know why. I got zucchini. These are all mammoth sunflowers, by the way. I got the cucumbers, more cucumbers, loofah, the mammoth sunflowers again. These are the lemon queen sunflowers. I got this rose I'm trying to nurse back to health. And it's actually looking pretty good. I had it inside all winter and it really didn't like that, so I repotted it, and I don't know, so far so good. These are my cosmos, which have kind of like grown up quite a bit. It almost feels like overnight they were like super little, and now they're actually growing. So that's what's going on in the greenhouse. I'm gonna water it quickly though. And that's how easy it is to water. It's supposed to go up to like 18 or 20 today, so I think right now, I think it's about +7 outside. That's what it feels like anyway. So it'll get quite warm in there, so that's why I like to give it some extra water in the morning, just so that it's going to make it through the hottest part of the afternoon. So there we go. In other news, we have been working behind the garden, and it's a lot of work. My garden is a complete mess right now, so excuse the look of it right now. So there's a fence here. We're gonna take this back section down and extend the garden out and around and back, so it'll be like a square. Does that make sense? Or almost a square. I uncovered this really nice dogwood that I've left in the middle. Dogwood is really nice. I think it's dogwood anyway. So once we take this down, it'll be kind of all one garden, but I'm going to make a blueberry hedge along here, so it's a bit of a barrier between the two spots. Does that make sense? So anyways, this was all bush. It's all cleaned up now, so this was kind of the worst job, was getting this cleaned up. Oh, the black flies, I tell you. This time in the morning is when they're like the worst. They just chew on you like they haven't eaten for weeks. I don't know what they eat when I'm not out here. Oh. Come here, Bailey, Nova. Good doggies. Bailey is getting much better at his recall. He still has the collar on, so I can beep him if he doesn't listen. I got a hair in my mouth. Or needs a reminder. So, but lately I haven't needed to buzz him on the collar or anything. So I'm still gonna leave it on though, just in case. Because he's smart enough that the second I take it off and bring him out here, he's gonna be like, oh yeah, the collar's off, and run away. Anyways, I wanted to show you my tulips on the other side here, over by the bus. So I have a really lovely yellow tulip and a pink and yellow one down there, another pink and yellow one. And this one I think is going to open up today, and I can't wait to see it. It's a pink and yellow tulip. It just suddenly came up out of the blue. My daffodils are kind of over. I got some more yellow tulips and some more red and yellow tulips. But overall, this garden is looking pretty decent. This is the garden that we built last year. I mean, there was already a garden there, don't get me wrong. But it just needed to be kind of controlled and framed in more. Bailey! Bailey! Mr. Bailey! What are you doing? Being all sneaky? So, and we got this piece of wood down so you can walk to the hydrometer, if that makes sense. And, yeah, overall I'm really happy about how this area turned out. It was kind of a mess before. So the vet said, no running, no jumping, no playing. How are you supposed to stop a 7-month-old puppy who is absolutely wired from not playing? I mean, we try, right, Bailey? But you just do what you want anyway, because you make up your own mind about what you do. Nova is an instigator. Anyways, that is my video. Very short and sweet. We've just been like so busy around here, kind of getting stuff ready for spring and summer. I try to film as much as I can. Most of the time I'm just like in a big rush to, just get the job done, especially when the black flies are out. Because when you're trying to film yourself working and doing something, what you're doing takes about twice as long. I don't know if you realize this. So Shout out to all the YouTubers that actually get stuff done and film at the same time, all the time, because it takes forever. So, because the black flies, the longer it takes you to do what you're trying to do, the more unpleasant it is. So, during black fly season, I just try to get it done and not really film a lot of it. So my apologies. But anyways, I just wanted to take you around here and show you what we have been doing and what we have been up to. And those dogs almost ran right into me. Anyways, take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.